It makes me feel alive.
I am no longer engulfed in fear and anxiety.
Benefits for me in my life now is absolutely enormous.
It is the best strategy that I've ever used in my profession.
It's so simple, and yet it's so profound. You know that you're not living now. You tell me that you're not living how you want to live, and there's tools, and it's the journey, and it's really easy. You've just got to be, I guess, a little bit brave to leave your old self behind.
The journey was born from my own experience of healing from a very large tumor, and part of that experience was that I uncovered a means to get direct access to the infinite intelligence of the body. You're then guided to get access to something that is called repressed cell memories. And these are old emotional blocks that get stored inside the body that seem to hold us back from being fully expressed in our life, both physically, emotionally, and spiritually.
I'm always open to looking at what's underlying the problem and what may be causing their distress or their illness.
I've mainly worked in adult psychiatry, and in so doing I've seen some very unwell people, emotionally and physically.
So what happens with the journey process is you go on a journey inside yourself, and you actually go inside and uncover these repressed cell memories, and you release the stored pain. And then you go through a process of forgiveness so that the body and the being can go about its own process of healing.
Through Brandon's healing, she developed two processes. One's called the emotional journey and one's called the physical journey. I would just say to you, just close your eyes, and I would start to guide you through almost like an inner adventure. That's probably the best way to say it, or a guided introspection, or an internal meditation. And very simply, you would just answer the questions or the guidance that would come, and it would just lead you through a process. And when you're able to completely forgive, not accept, but forgive what's taken place, not that you condone the behavior, but for a person, you're able to actually go to a deeper place of understanding and forgiveness. Then what actually happens is you feel amazing, and then there's a sense of absolute completion that happens.
It pulls together everything from meditation, higher self, mindfulness, good communication skills, effective management of your emotions, and a number of other tools into one very unique, very clean process that anyone can use.
Hundreds of thousands of people worldwide are using the journey to help heal both emotional issues and physical challenges. It's why it's being used in cancer hospitals, why it's being used by psychologists, psychiatrists, by business people. And what's been so moving is what has been happening in schools.
The Journey program, when I first heard about it through Cheryl, gave me an opportunity to see outside the square, think outside the square a little bit and see what we could do for these children to make them happier at school and hopefully develop into good citizens.
So what I did was offer to work with some children. That was the best I could do, and just to give me a couple of children to work with. Over a period of 6 weeks, I'd work with them weekly, and then after that, it was just noticeable, the benefits and the changes in these children.
We had one young girl who we couldn't get through the gate. She's in Year 1 currently, and after 2 journeys, the mother wrote to say thank you. She's now happy to come to school, and things are sort of settling for her.
The self-confidence does actually raise their academic progress as well. You know, they become better readers, they become more confident at their maths, so they succeed more. So it does affect them.
I believe since we've been running the journey, we've had a sense from all the other children that there's been a greater acceptance of children with special needs. So it's had that sort of effect. I believe that the journey's been one of the things that's impacted on that.
Nicholas is ADHD, he's medicated, it doesn't work all the time. With the anger issues, he has problems relating to other people, socialising, things like that. So I was trying to find some way to help him relax, be comfortable, happy. I just want a happy child.
Children come, they bring everything with them, all their baggage, whether they're feeling bullied here at school or things are happening at home, in the families even.
I lost my dad. Like, he hadn't died, but he lives overseas, so I don't really get to see him, and I lost my uncle in a car accident. And yeah.
I feel like I'm not part of any society, because when you're in a refugee camp, you're just like a slave to the owner of the country, and I just thought my life wouldn't be better anymore. I just thought I was going to live like that all my years to come.
It affects the whole family, you know, this down feelings. It just carries on to the rest of the family, and you just feel dysfunctional, in a rut. So after the first journey, it was a whole new beginning.
You feel free because you're not bottling things up inside.
I just do this journey stuff and it makes me feel comfortable and happy.
This process has been successful with healing things like emotional issues that you might have, from anger to fear, to sadness, to loss of loved ones, to divorce issues, issues of abuse, issues where you felt just a deep, low self-esteem.
I always turned to doctors, I always turned to antidepressants to fix it, because I didn't feel that inside I could be in control.
I spent a long time just pretending on the outside to be all happy party girl, like I can take as many drugs as anybody else, and I've got the fabulous life with the husband, and we've got the boat, and we've got the cars, and we've got the stuff, and then inside I was just dying.
There's lots of anger. I blame the world for everything that happened to me. I blame God for everything that happened to me. The only person I never looked at was myself.
I was very closed off with the world, almost making an effort within myself to prove to myself that that wasn't part of me and that I wasn't gay, but I was.
Just be driving my car and I'd just be all I could do to turn the corner instead of driving straight into like the wall that was ahead.
I turned to food. That was my thing. And even though I wasn't hungry, I wasn't needing to eat, I would eat, and I felt comfort from the food.
I had been sexually abused for 10 years of my childhood, and for 38 years I